Putin building anti-West global alliance, as you can see linked up on Mark13news.com for July 31st, 2022, followed by Turkey search for balance in the Middle East, Turkey being most likely Gomer in Ezekiel 38, and finally global and regional projections of the crisis in Libya, which is also part of the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy, and then going back to July 30th, Russia and Ethiopia agree to strengthen relations as the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy continues to formulate because of the Kenites on the multipolar end of the globalist spectrum, as opposed to the unipolarist Kenites, who are for the most part in control of the United States, which is the current king of the South, as you can see in the Daniel 11 hypothesis on biblicalresearchlabs.com. The United States being Manasseh prophetically, and at the woe of the fifth trumpet, the fourth king of the South will emerge as the lion of Daniel chapter 7, made up of Ephraim, Judah, and Manasseh, that is to say the British Commonwealth, Germany, which by that time will most likely have filled in the power vacuum left by Brexit, so then Judah, which is Germany, plus Europe, and again Manasseh is the United States, and then after the deadly wound to the so-called New World Order that doesn't come into being until the woe of the fifth trumpet, Satan will appear as the Antichrist at the woe of the sixth trumpet, and those three horns will get plucked up by the roots, as you can see in Daniel chapter 7 verse 8. In other words, Ephraim, Judah, and Manasseh, which make up the lion of Daniel chapter 7, will become non-Christian nations also at that time, which is why they're also seen in the mouth of the bear, which is symbolic of the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy in Daniel chapter 7 verse 5, symbolized by three ribs. And then 2.5 months or 70 evenings later, which are what the 70 years in captivity to the Babylon of old were a type of, the true Christ will return at the woe of the seventh trumpet, which is when the battles of Armageddon and Hamon-Gog transpire, which is when Daniel's exclusively supernatural fourth beast, which is made up of Satan's angels as well as his role of Antichrist, gets destroyed, as you can see in Revelation chapter 19 verse 20, and the dominion is taken away from the rest of the beasts, as you can see in Daniel chapter 7 verses 11 and 12. Those still within the lion, bear, and leopard, when the seventh angel sounds, will have their lives, meaning their souls, prolonged for a season and a time. The time being the 1,000 years, with the season being that little season after the 1,000 years are finished when Satan is released from the bottomless pit. The 1,000 years being the day of the Lord that begins when the true Christ returns at the seventh trumpet. And as the true Christ says in the last verse of Mark chapter 13, what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch.